Hello, teachers. Long time no see. Yes, tomorrow is first teacher day, and Noah and I are trying to get some information out to you so that we can give you as much time as possible for you to be in classes tomorrow. So some of this information, I'm sure he's told you this in some of his videos, some of the information that we might have normally covered on the first day, we're choosing to do via video. That way you can kind of watch it at your pace and you have plenty of time tomorrow to do whatever you need to do, Canvas, classroom organization, whatever you need to do to be ready to go on Friday. So I just want to quickly talk about safety drills and evacuations. There was a massive document that came out from the state, and the information in there for evacuations and how safety drills were to be done and socially distanced and staggered, and it was, yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. So there was a nice little piece at the start of that said schools may choose to. That's what we're going to go with. Rather than do a staggered dismissal where you only have one or two classes leaving through a doorway at one time or being dismissed from their classroom at one time, which was what was suggested, we're instead going to do what I call a delayed dismissal from the classroom. I think that we'll see the benefit to this will also fit our overall safety guidelines. So by that, what I mean is we're going to teach our kids that when the fire alarm sounds, rather than that dismissing them from the classroom, the fire alarm will sound and they will get up, put their mask on, and then line up at the door. And then you as the teacher will be able to then walk them out. Having that, even though I know it's somewhat elementary, having that procedure in place, I think will give us a better chance at maintaining as much distance as possible. Let's be honest, we have 500 kids, 500 middle schoolers in this building. They're going to pass by in the hallways on passing period. They're going to pass by going to lunch, coming in for the day, during bus dismissal. There's only so much that we can do. But if we can have teachers with kids that have lined up at the door walk them out, we have a much better chance at maintaining as much of that socially distanced space as possible. So you'll walk them out your designated door, walk them out to wherever you go, to the grassy area across the parking lot, and then you'll be able to take attendance. It is my hope that in doing this, that not only will we be able to take attendance a little bit more efficiently, but also we'll see that maybe this even cuts down on the amount of time that it has taken us, because as we know, when we get into a fire drill and we're trying to locate kids, it can be extended much longer than it needs to be. Once we then call for you to come back in, you'll just do it in reverse. Obviously, you'll walk them back into your classroom and they'll go back to their seats. We know from tragic events at Parkland in Florida and some of the other things that we've seen, fire alarms have been used to pull in order to get kids into the hallway en masse for multiple damage. We learned about that with Alice and we've seen that. It is my hope that in meeting our socially distanced guidelines for COVID-19, that one of the benefits to that is that making this change will also be safer overall for our kids in practice. We're talking, when I say delayed dismissal, we're looking at maybe 15 or 20 seconds is all that it's going to be. But safety experts have said that 15 or 20 seconds can make a big difference if that fire alarm has been pulled with malicious intent. So I think I'm choosing to look at that silver lining and say that this could be a really good practice for us in general, and maybe even one that we keep in place as we move forward past this year. So that's our plan for fire alarm. I'm giving you that information now because we're going to have a fire drill the first 10 days of the year in order to meet state guidelines. The only other time that we do an evacuation is with Alice, and we have one of those drills planned for later in September. Every other drill, I'm going to hold off and wait. Like I said, for tornado, most of us hunker down in our classrooms anyway. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I know that guidance from the state changes, sometimes daily, at times hourly. based on wherever we are at the time. You know, are we at stage 4? Are we at stage 4.5? Are we at stage 2? We don't know. So once we get closer to those other drills, and we don't have a tornado drill until like October 2nd. Once we get closer to those drills where there may need to be changes made to how far apart we keep kids when we do the drill and that sort of thing, I'll go over that beforehand. But I don't want to flood you with too much information that quite honestly may change between then and now multiple times over. So that's what I wanted to cover with fire alarms, fire drills. Like I said, first one within the first 10 days, looks like August 13th. We're not surprising you a whole lot with this because I want you to be aware. So August 13th, we have our first one. That meets that 10-day guidance. So we'll do a delayed dismissal. If you need evacuation route, like if you've took yours down, threw it away, whatever, you need a new one, let me know. I have not printed out new ones, but I will gladly get you one. New staff, if the departing teacher did not leave that for you, did not leave it posted in the classroom and you need it, I will provide that for you as well. Please let me know. That's information we've always put in handbooks and we just haven't updated those, but handbooks are available. Let me know if you need any of that. As we get into this, when we go through that first fire drill on August 13th, prior to, I will come on the intercom and I'll remind you of the procedure. I'll make sure we inform students of the procedure. As we do that, if there's something that you see that will make it run more effectively, that will help us be even more compliant with socially distanced expectations, please don't hesitate to pop in and let me know. I really do feel like this is going to be a year where, not that we're not always all hands on deck, but I feel like this year is going to be one of those where we're just going to shift and adapt as needed. And for me personally, I just want to tell each and every one of you as we get started on the school year, I am so incredibly thankful to work with a group of people that do this really well. You all just kind of take things in stride and we smile and we laugh our way through it and we adjust and we do so as needed. And it is it's more rare than you realize. So it is such a blessing to know that even in the midst of these uncertain times, we're going into the school year with a really fantastic group of people. So don't hesitate to pop in to offer, you know, if you see something that I don't, because we're going to do the best that we can. So tomorrow, 7:30, socially distanced donuts and coffee. That's what we're going with. Socially distanced donuts and coffee. And we'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of your summer break, whatever's left of it.